How y'all doing today? Good morning. I'm gonna make a little short video today. I went hunting yesterday with my pack seat. It's sprinkling rain here. We need it bad too. But I hadn't been able to hunt very much at all. A lot of work, things going on. But yesterday was the first time I hunted with it when I actually had pre-scouted destination. I went and climbed in a place. I made a video the other day when I was walking, kind of trying it out. And I sat that evening in a little place that I found, and that's basically why I got this pack seat, is to for the run and gun type hunting, you know. But yesterday I used it yesterday evening in a place, and I made a video, but I didn't see no deer, so I didn't post that up. But I got a few bugs, you know. I keep getting bugs out of it, and not so much my pack seat, but my ground hunting journey in general. And so number one, I forgot my tennis balls that go on the front there, on the front legs. I forgot my tennis balls, and it's aggravating. It don't have to be swampy for them things to sink in the ground. So don't forget those. My friend Thad Beckham, he gave me a tip. He cuts little bitty, I guess like coaster size pieces of plywood, like you put under your tea glass on the table. And that's what he uses on his, and that's a pretty good idea, I think. I'm gonna cut me some of them and put them in my pack. But the tennis balls, they'll get muggy and nasty, and you know, if you're gonna take them on and off from there, and it'll, you know, it'd be bad. But the little plywood things, you could just wipe them off, throw them back in your pack. So that was a good tip. Thanks, Thad. Another guy gave me a tip. I carry a seat. I carry a little cushion with me, and this bar right here, it tends to cord my legs a little bit if I sit up kind of straight. And I want to sit up straight because if you know, them deer fall out of the sky, there'll be one standing there before you know it. And my buddy Dandy tells me that you will. He's run a lot off leaning forward, and I can see that. And so a friend of mine, somebody made a comment, and I wish I could remember now who it was, about putting a pool noodle in that gap. You know, and I bet that would work really good. And so, you know, a little short pool noodle or a pipe insulation thing would probably work real good. So that's a good tip as well. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to keep a pack on this pack seat. I know I did a video, I said I'm going to have my pack seat pack and then my regular hog hunting walking pack. I'm not going to do that. No, I don't like it because if I want to get something out of it, I got to stand up and get it out of it. And while I'm sitting there, and I actually like the way it carries over my pack better than under my pack. I'm used to carrying that pack. This thing is so light and small, you don't know what's on your back, and so I put it over my pack. And so I have all my stuff in one pack and not two. So I don't like the pack on it. So I won't do that either. And so that was the only two things that I'm gonna change about my pack seat idea. And I just bought two more of these chairs. I got to paint them, and I got one right here that I shoot out of. I'm about to put it in the woods probably this afternoon. But you guys on a tight budget, or you guys that are, you know, you're hunting out of maybe them pop-up blinds or something, you got a feeder or, you know, whatever, if you're hunting something like that, it's hard to beat them chairs right there. And I got, those chairs cost me $13 a piece yesterday. I bought them brand new at Walmart. So yes, I got basically under $50 in 3 chairs right there. You cannot beat that. This chair here, I've had it for, I don't know, several years. The one that's painted right there. And it works good. You can fold them up, and like I hunt miles from the truck. If I got a place that I know I'm going to be hunting that area a lot, I'll just hide my chair and not carry anything in there but my pack. And like if I got a funnel here around, I got a little bit of private land I can hunt here. And if I got a place where I'm going to hunt, and my son's actually got land right behind my house that I may put a feeder back there just to draw the critters up. But if I'm going to have a place, I'm going to leave a chair like that, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that chair there and leave it, and I got $13 in it. So that's a good tip. And them chairs are the most comfortable. You can take a little cushion and put on that thing. It's way more comfortable than anything else. Now granted, the wardrobe seat is very comfortable as well, but you can't beat those others. So one thing, another thing, yesterday I noticed when I set up, I was hunting more or less a flow area, but there was a there's a lot of sign under an oak right there as well. And it had, I'm trying to see, I cut a thing right here I was going to show yesterday, or this morning. So say if you got say if you're sitting in a tunnel going out through there. So I'm sitting in an open tunnel, and I got my seat back here, and I'm expecting my shot to be up this way. You know, you hear the term tunnel vision. A critter comes walking by. If he happens to look, and you're sitting at the end of that tunnel, you're likely to get spotted. So what you can do is take your snippers and come and something to the side of that tunnel and hinge cut it. See how I've hinge cut that and let it fall over to kind of break the outline up of the tunnel right there. And by doing that hinge cutting, make sure it's legal. I don't want to get you in no trouble in the woods, but you can hinge cut a trash tree or a shrub and let it fall. Let it lean over like that. You see how that's done there? And it's made this cover for you right here. If you had another one, you cut it that way as well, then even this big leaning thing here, I could cut it and make it flop over this way as well. If you don't cut through the heart of the tree, it'll still live. And you know, the leaves will come off winter anyway, but it'll like if you were to do it there in August when you're scouting persimmons, you lay a bush over like that, it'll stay green the whole time. And even if you don't kill the tree, it'll grow, it'll keep you a blind there next year as well. So that's one thing to remember. Big jet coming over. Is about blocking yourself out of that tunnel vision. You need to have some cover behind you for sure. I like cover in front of me, it gives me confidence. But you got to have an open shooting lane, but you need to not be sitting in the end of a lane. It's easy to get spotted, I believe. So cut you a tree across there, and it don't have to be real high, just something to break that tunnel up a little bit, that tunnel vision part. So that was and I noticed that yesterday when I set my pack seat up and I walked to move a limb. I had my snippers. You don't want to touch stuff with your hands, especially if you're going to hunt right now. I got raindrops on my thing here. Sorry about that. You don't want to touch stuff with your hands close around you. So I took my snippers and snipped stuff and leaned it over like that. So that's a couple of tips right there. Hinge cut you some stuff for cover. Don't forget your tennis balls, or get you some little plywood coasters like Thad Beckham uses. That's a really good idea. And there again, I don't like the pack on my deal there. I've changed my mind about that. I'll carry my pack with me and set it in front of me right here or to my right where I can reach and get anything I want. And I didn't like it like that. And I like to, if I'm walking headed through the swamp there and I get on some stuff and I'm making that final stalk on pigs, you can do it with all this stuff on your back. But man, wouldn't it be better to ease that pack seat off than ease on in there? And I never go anywhere without my pack on my back. I've started out before gonna check a 100-yard place from the truck and end up killing a pig a mile from there. So I carry my pack everywhere I go by packing my bow when I get out of the truck. So that's there's my self bow there. That's what I'm planning on hunting with. My good friend James Woods, he's been quite successful this year with his self bow, and he's really motivated me to pick mine up. And I actually got another one in there I'm working on. That'll be when deer season's over with. But hopefully my work simmered down a little bit, and feeling a little better. I stepped in a hole and tweaked my back a little bit. I'm feeling good now, a little better anyway. It's not aching like it was. So I'm gonna get out and get after them. Definitely won't be climbing no trees. I'm through with it. And I will got to paint these other two chairs up. I got two other chairs already in the woods. Like I said, I leave them even on public land. I try to hide them out and I go back to them. And I'm really looking forward to this ground hunting stuff. And as I get some of these tips, I'll throw them up. That's a really good tip that Thad gave me about the coasters under the leg there. And the other guy, I wish I had looked his name up, about the pool noodle in the front right there. To keep you from having to carry that other cushion that's already on there. That's what you want, is less stuff to carry. And also, that cushion, if you slide it just right against that seat right there, it'll make a squeaking sound. So I don't like that, because, you know, squeaking sound ain't loud until you squirm your butt a little bit to shoot that doe that's 10 yards away. I guarantee you she'll hear it. So that's one thing. And another thing that I learned this a couple years ago, and I ran a doe off. When you're sitting in the chair, and with the chair perfectly at a 90-degree angle from where you think your shot is, if you're not careful, your bottom bow limb, it'll hit that chair when you're like moving and all. So catty corner that thing a little bit so you're not at 90 degrees. It's better for you to set a little bit sideways in the chair than it is for you to set perfectly square. And it's be like sitting in your tree stand and trying to shoot something directly like this. Your bottom limb's going to hit the tree or the stand. To do this, you got to plan for that. You got to practice that stuff. So that's a few tips for you right there on hunting off the ground. I'll be throwing as I go. I'm sure I'll be. Like I said, I've killed stuff off the ground before, and but I've not jumped on it as hard as I'm going to right now. So I'm sure just from mistakes, I'll be able to let y'all know some stuff that'll keep you maybe from making those same mistakes. And don't forget my sidekick over there. Daisy, what are you doing? Miss Daisy got in a yellow jacket nest a while ago. She was telling the news. She didn't like that. So y'all have a good day. If it don't rain, we'll be hunting this evening. Y'all keep the good Lord first. Count your blessings. Thank y'all for watching my videos. If you have any, I've picked up 2 good tips here from comments that guys made on my ground hunting videos. I'd have never thought about the little coaster deal under things, and I probably wouldn't have thought about the pool noodle right there either. So those are good tips for everybody, and that's why we do this, to help us be better hunters. So thank y'all for watching. Keep the good Lord first. See you next time.